I played it a little bit.
What haven't you
Just
played?
getting used to it.
Stellaris,
Uh, the dick.
the Dick update.
Well, speaking of
I
Dick
haven't
update,
played with my Dick update.
yeah.
speaking of stunning sci-fi stories, let's talk about the story of Halo 4.
I think I say Petard. Sorry.
Okay, a bit of Star Trek on the brain right now.
Yeah.
We've got a blockbuster on our hands. It's Tangerine Halo 4. I
Tangerine.
got a bone to pick with this fucking game, and I've been trying to get Halo Andy to talk about this game with me because I was too scared to go in alone to recount the
But
horrors of
instead,
Halo 4. I've actually managed to convince now called Halo Nam Dave, to talk about Halo 4.
Yeah, I don't really want to be here either. I
Okay.
suggested many other games, but looks like we're doing Halo 4.
Bit of a
yeah,
Rich Evans
unfortunately.
situation right now. Forced to talk
Yeah.
about Picard.
Forcing you. You're contractually obliged to do this episode,
The start
Dave.
of Halo
So.
4 goes into the backstory of Master Chief. This was like, I feel like
That's
this was
kind of
almost
cool.
it was I feel like it was almost a taboo subject when like Halo 4 first came out. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but the whole thing about Halo was you never knew the backstory of the Master Chief, like not directly. But then Halo 4 came out, it's
Yeah,
like,
and you didn't really know the backstory of the Spartans. They
yeah,
were just elite
Why is
soldiers,
it
and you were like the
taboo to
last one
learn about
left.
the history, though?
because he was always like a faceless soldier, but then like Halo 4 goes like
Yeah.
his name's John. He was abducted as a child and like forced to be a super soldier. And it's like I don't know, you kind of lose some of that mythos when you pull away the curtain, sort of thing.
I guess. I don't have a problem with like exploring the past of people,
I
though.
don't
But
know because
that's
I
just
feel
me.
like Halo 4 is one of the Halo games that tries to lean into the story the most, but almost unequivocally fails at it the most.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not because of the concept. It sounds to me like it's just like
The
executed really
concept of the
poorly.
story is fucking stupid. The concept of the story is that AI has artificial lifespans for some
Yeah,
reason, where
that
after
sounds
like
stupid.
5 years they go bad. So Cortana's like malfunctioning in a way where the human forces want to destroy her, and Master Chief's like, nah, I love Cortana. I'm not gonna let you destroy her.
It's a platonic relationship, Joe. I have
Well,
you know.
I think she was getting that way in Halo 3 towards the end of it, that she had started to degrade already.
Don't remember.
Yeah, so the idea is just that like after a time, like, the AI
All
just
I'm
degrades, I
saying
guess.
is MasterChef is he's one of those anime guys, and Cortana is his 3D wife, his 2D wife or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that's what they were
2D
going for.
projection.
Yeah. Also, guys, settle a bet with me. The Doomslayer would kick the shit out of Master Chief, right?
Easily, yeah.
Easily. There's like no competition.
I feel like it's kind of you can't compare it, but yeah, I would
Okay.
agree with that.
Okay,
I'd agree with
Doomslayer
that.
versus Kratos from God of War. Do you know Kratos?
Ooh,
I would take Kratos.
I'd take Kratos. Yeah,
Yeah. I
he's
mean,
got
he
some
literally killed
overpowered
all the
magic
gods.
though.
He literally killed all the
Yeah,
gods. Anyway, okay, I actually have to talk
so this
about
is just
Halo 4.
Have to
this is
talk
just
about
the
Halo 4.
this is just a mini film at the start of the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like this scene now is the continuation from the end of 3.
Three.
Like
Right.
you've been drifting in space for like however many years. Like the war with the
So,
Covenant's over.
so is this after the Bungie split? Like this is like
Yes,
when stuff goes
yeah,
Yeah,
really
this
weird.
is why everyone says that the was it 343 made the was it 343 who made like Halo 4 and Halo
yeah,
5? They were like
yeah,
they made the bad Halo games.
yeah. I don't know as to who still
Hmm.
But
from
what?
Bungie is in 343. I haven't really looked into it,
So I
but
don't know. Okay, so
the game's changed.
so is
There's that much.
Bungie the people who are behind Bungie? So they just stayed with the company, but just like left Microsoft and like did their own thing.
They make a game
They
called
made
Destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they went on to do, which I'm not a fan of Destiny. I played the Destiny 2
No.
beta and I've played Warframe, I didn't really like that. I tried Destiny, it's not
You're
really
just not
for
a
me.
little shooter kind of guy.
I mean, I like
Unless
Borderlands.
it's Borderlands. Yeah, that's kind of different though, in
Mm.
my opinion.
That's more of like that more leans into like the single player RPG rather than a
Yeah,
live
it's more of
service
like
game.
it's kind of the Doom 2016 allure as Borderlands.
Okay. It's revolutionary. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk about the gameplay of Halo 4. A large part, you can play Halo 4 4-player co-op. A lot of the time, you wouldn't know that. A lot of points in Halo 4, only one of you gets to play the game. And this
Wait,
is a
what are the other three people
reoccurring
doing?
theme. They get to watch one person playing the game.
What?
For an
Really?
for an entire campaign that's designed to be played in 4-player co-op, you would think they would add things in that other people could do. No. They were just so lazy, they were like, well, one person gets to do this QuickTime event while everyone else has to watch him.
So you're just inside. Okay. You actually
Yeah,
go
there's
now.
like
Okay.
cinematic playable cutscenes, I would call them, but only one person can do them, obviously, because it would detract from that if you're watching the cutscene and your
Got my
two other
notes.
Yeah, but
Master
that's fine.
Chiefs are
That's what
behind
you
you.
want.
Skip going through the options.
But could you not just be other Spartans with Master Chief though? Like this is like we've had Reach at this point, right? So you could like go full hand and have like
Oh,
customization in the single player.
I have notes here where I wrote down things. Hang on, guys.
Okay.
I wrote down. This game is trying to be more dramatic. Halsey kidnapped a bunch of kids to make Spartans to win the war on the Covenant.
Yeah.
Cortana AI is over 7 years old and is a clone of Halsey from Reach? But AI goes bad after 7 years for some reason?
Corrupted
That's
files.
that's a good question.
Speaking on the Halsey making the super soldiers, she made them before the Covenant were known, like before Reach happened, so they were designed to fight other humans. It just
Right.
happened to be a helpful time when the Covenant showed up. Yeah, this is the bit Joe's talking about. I think I'm the one who was playing this.
I just have to watch. I'm not doing anything right now.
Like you see,
So
it's trying to be cinematic, and it would be weird if.
this is kind of but I'm probably I don't even want to play this myself. I'd rather
Yeah,
just like
it's not.
move about.
It's not the best gameplay.
No,
It's just like
let me just shoot around. We want to shoot things.
it feels like they were like, let's design a cinematic single player campaign, and then they just tagged co-op onto it at the end without really thinking about it too
Yeah.
much. Because after Halo
How-
3, Halo was always a 4-player co-op game. You know, playing through the Master Chief Collection, which I am now, I did through this. Playing like Halo 1 and Halo 2, like being 2-player, it doesn't feel the same as like a full 4-player Halo game. And after
Yeah.
Halo 3, that's when the bar was set that Halo would always be a 4-player game sort of thing, which I think
It makes sense. Yeah.
does make it a lot more fun to play with a
Yeah.
group of friends. So at the start of the game, I've got to be honest, the start of Halo 4 is the best part of Halo 4. It's actually kind of like a Halo game.
Right. Okay.
You
So
start off on a
this
ship.
is like a Halo game.
Yep, there's some low gravity stuff. It's pretty well made, I would say, the first part of the game. Although, aside from the weird stuff, it is kind of like a Halo game in the way it looks. The problem comes when you get later into the game, and this is some footage of Destiny 2. Just kidding, this is Halo 4.
I think Destiny 2 would have more colors in it. It's just like a metal sci-fi.
You can
room.
tell the developers of Destiny worked on this game when you see this and you go, this is Halo I'm playing right now. The game introduces so many different new things. There's basically alien reskins of every weapon, but they're different in a lot of ways. And then all of the enemies are these weird alien things. Some of them like teleport around. There's some that are like drones that you can't kill until you kill their master or something. I'm trying to
Right.
I feel like Halo 4 was a fever dream at this point because I'm trying to even remember, like, there's dogs that attack you. There's new
what?
dogs in
Okay.
Minecraft. There's bullet spongy blue aliens. There's exploding
Wait,
dogs.
what's the plot other than crazy AI?
So after you're drifting in space, the Covenant Wars ended. I
Right.
think you come across these Covenant, and I think they're working for a guy called the Didac, who's from an ancient race who wants to wipe out wipe out all the humans. He's made his people these. He's turned them into knights and made them immune to the
Damage.
virus that causes the flood.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So I think he was trying to set off the flood again, so it would kill all the humans. I can't really remember.
Yeah, so basically you
It
have like a different ideology where basically they're humanoids that have turned themselves into robots in order to escape having to die to viruses and stuff, which is where
Right.
I think are they the Forerunners? I don't
yeah.
know because the ultimate weapon for them is the flood because the flood can't kill them because they're not organic.
But surely, but okay, but sure, they
I
surely
don't
just
know.
can't infect them. They can still kill them like physically,
The
right? Like
flood
you can
feeds
destroy a
the
robot.
flood feeds on organics. It's why they attack them.
Absolutely, but by the time they killed the human race, that's a lot of organic matter they have control of.
Well, no, they need to keep feeding or they die
Yeah,
out.
they're like
That's the
zombies.
whole
Fair
thing
enough.
about it. It's like the to kill the flood, you have to kill all their food that was all the organics.
Right,
But
and
these
they'll just die
people
out
can't
after
be.
that.
Yeah,
Right,
I
okay.
don't know. And I think there was something at the end about the humans, like ancient humans, beat the Prometheans forerunners,
I
and the
don't know.
Didact's wife is the
Wait, what?
protector. I don't know.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It.
Ancient humans
I
defeat the not forerunners.
They throw sticks at them. Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Right.
And that's why
Like
the
as
humans are
in
such a
real like
threat to
ancient
them.
like not like a sci-fi like futuristic ancient humans, like actual like humans like before technology.
No, I do think sci-fi ancient
Okay.
humans that
Ancient
have.
alien sort of
Yeah,
right.
I don't remember. I would
That
have to
sounds
play through
really
this awful,
obtuse.
awful game. Yeah, it's completely retarded.
So
And
not only is it
So
a bad game, it ruins the lore of Halo.
yeah, and
yeah, it's
because basically at the end of Halo, the big interesting story was the humans versus the Covenant. But by this
Yeah.
point, um, at the end of Halo 3, it kind of wraps up the Arbiter's story and like the Covenant and the elites, right? Because they were like enslaved by the what are they called? What are the religious dudes that control the
the
Covenant? The
prophets.
prophets, right? They were like the false
Yeah, and
prophets.
they rebelled and against the brutes and that was like Halo 2 onto Halo 3.
Because I'm always saying like I think the most interesting character in the Halo franchise is the Arbiter, and that Master Chief has always just been kind of a blank slate character in a lot of ways, where
We
he's
could
just
just he just seeing everything else happening, right?
yeah. But yeah, in this game they just try to do something completely different. I guess maybe they're like, hey, we're not Bungie anymore. We're gonna try and do something completely different with
We're
Halo.
gonna fuck it up.
Yeah. So I've got a graph. I'm gonna put up the graph, guys. I got to show them the graph. So
Yeah, yeah, show the graph.
I was pretty critical on Halo Combat Evolved, and I said that I was not a big fan of Halo Combat Evolved. My problem with Halo Combat Evolved was it was very inconsistent. Because there were really good levels and there were really bad levels. So, for
Yeah.
example, I really like the two betrayals or Silent Cartographer. I really like them more. But I really hate levels like the Library or Keys or Guilty Spark. And I noticed something there. They're all flood levels. So that goes to
Just
show you
hate the flood.
something. I apparently hate the flood. But it's Halo Combat Evolved. It's kind of inconsistent. I think Halo 2 was the much better game, and then Halo 3 was also another amazing game as well. That improved. It was a lot more consistent. Halo 4 is kind of boring, and then there's a mech level which really fun, and then it's back to being boring. That's the curve of
So what you're
enjoyment for
saying is
Halo
they should have made a
4.
Halo Mech Wars.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll
It's
show
a
you.
hot take, but
Halo 4 isn't a terrible game. It's just really boring, I would say. Like
Does that
Yeah,
make it a
it's
bad game
competent
though?
enough. I just don't
It's
think
not.
that
It's
it's
not
consistently
buggy.
fun.
It's not
Like it
broken.
works, but
It's not
Yeah, but
like
I still that's the worst kind of terrible in a way though. Like
yeah.
it's just like unremarkable.
Its biggest crime is that it's mediocre game.
Yeah,
I feel like in a lot of ways.
but with the
like
really, but it
what has
also ruins the
changed? Why
story
has
and
the
lore.
gameplay changed?
Mm.
Besides the lore being totally destroyed or rewritten or whatever, what in
Yeah,
the gameplay has changed that makes it so different from 3 or 2 or
I
Reach or
I think the
ODST?
enemies are a big thing
Yeah,
about
the
Reacher.
enemies were a big one for me.
it's like
You
how they
just
place
shoot in the
enemies in the
same.
level as well.
They're just like they're what I experienced when I played Destiny. They just seem like big bullet sponges,
Yeah,
Yeah,
which I really don't. Because with like the elites, it's like okay, I'm gonna use plasma weapons and take out their shields, and then I'm gonna switch to a headshot weapon and take them out. Like that's the standard combo. But then it's like some of them have like really what feels like unfair mechanics where they're just invincible until you kill this thing, or they just keep shooting at you from a distance and they're really hard
yeah,
to
and
kill.
even
And it's
then, if
like
you kill the drones, they still take so many shots to take down. And like, when we were doing the sniping level, you would just insta die to like a single shot.
Halo is fast and fun. Halo 4 is a slog. It is
that's
slow.
right.
I did not like the alien guns. I liked the
Yeah.
pistol, but that was about it. I think that was another thing for me. Just wasn't a fan of them. Like
Are we
they're
watching a
basically
super raw cutscene,
reskins.
by
This
the
is
way?
some super. If you can understand what's happening, Tony, please explain it to us.
Yeah, I'm really confused.
Just to show you what's going on here. I'm gonna show you the best part of the game now. Um, so I put an asterisk on that graph. I remember the mech part of the mech level, and I'm like, the whole level is this. No, it's part of a okay, that's another thing. Every level is so fucking long. Why are they so long? They're just so long. I swear, like
Long and boring.
one level in a Halo 4 takes as long as a level of Lasso in another game. It's insane. Some levels will take like fucking 2 hours to be.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, the pacing of that's what I was saying on the graph. The pacing is so bad.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that being a really big problem.
I've
Also,
got
you're not invested either, right?
I've got a timestamp for the best part of the game, where one person gets to experience. This is another thing. One person gets to experience the mech while the other people watch on mongooses.
And you're experiencing it, right?
Yes, which is why it was a great experience.
And everyone just gets some.
They get fucking quad bikes.
Why not just give you another mech? The hell? Like give a
I
turret on
think
top or
when you
something.
get to
I
the
think
end of
you
the
just
level.
killed both of us there.
No, that wasn't me. The thing is, you were getting in the way of my mech.
Oh
So.
yeah. This is the only level I can actually remember. We run through the corridors, Joe on a mech, then we shoot at the big sphere.
There's like
This is
yeah
pretty. This Halo mech was.
the big boss at the end is a sphere in the sky, and you all get in mechs and fight him. This is the best level in Halo 4, and most of it sucks because you're not in mechs.
This. Right.
You're in this. Oh, okay, so because most of
Like
the
we
level,
don't even have a mongoose now. We have to walk
most of
the
the
rest of
level,
that.
you're in this fucking jungle, and there's this thick fog where enemies can snipe you through, but you can't see them. So if you play this on like higher difficulties, you just die repeatedly to enemies you can't see. It's so dumb. And the whole level you're just running around collecting like audio logs for no reason. It's just so boring. Anyway, back to the fun part.
Thank you.
Oh, this is great. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I just thought they through the whole game like this. This is great.
Because this is the end. You shoot a giant orb in the sky. It's way
I
more.
want to play Titanfall 2.
I got Timefall 2 recently on Steam because it was on sale.
Yeah, I was looking at that, but I'm yet to link my EA account to Steam. So
Well, I already had to because
yeah,
well, I already have stuff on it like Origin and stuff like that, so I don't mind doing it too much. Because I had to link it for Apex, I think.
oh, you play it with Steam, do you?
You can naturally launch Apex through Steam.
Oh, okay, right.
You don't. It's the. I think it's the only EA game you can do that on.
I might have to link them at some point.
I think Andy's disconnecting here. That's what's happening. I
Okay.
remember when playing this, Andy kept disconnecting. He was on like the bad internet.
He was rage quitting.
Yeah, I'm not so
I've-
sure it's his internet because he does it with other games as well now with his new internet, so it could be his PC.
I think we actually just. Did we restart the level or did we just play without him?
I think we finished it without him because
Oh,
that was right at the end of the
here's
level.
Del Rio. He's the most interesting character in Halo 4. But even that, he's still not a very interesting character. He's like the guy's like, Master Chief, you can't do what the fuck you want. We're a fucking government organization. And he's like, nah, I want to save my wife. I want to save my waifu. She's got an artificial intelligence. Her warranty's up. I need to get a new SSD.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's the story of Halo 4.
Dave, do you have anything else to say about Halo 4 before I end this?
No, just make it end, please.
And as all great things must come to an end, so must this Tangerine. If you want to try
Yeah.
out Halo 4, please find your nearest suicide booth and please... no, just kidding. That's a Futurama reference. Wubba lubba dub dub, I'm Pickle Rick. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.